Alright, today we're going to go over geometry, page 5051, 1 to 47 all. You have to remember vertical angles, two lines, have to have the same vertex, and we kind of say they're across the street from each other. Adjacent angles are the same vertex and the same side, and we kind of say next door to each other. Linear pair are two angles that make a line. So remember, all linear pairs are supplementary. And any two angles that equal 180 degrees are supplementary. Complementary is 90 degrees. Alright, two acute vertical angles. So vertical angles are made by two lines. So I'm just going to kind of ignore this ray right here. This ray VX. So acute vertical means less than 90, so I want this guy and this guy. So number one is going to be angle WVU and angle YVZ. Alright, two obtuse adjacent angles. So adjacent means next to each other. So I know right here this UVZ is adjacent. So I know this angle right here is adjacent. I'm going to pick this angle right here, and I'm going to ignore this ray VY. So I'm going to say XVZ. So angle XVZ. Now that's just one possibility. You might have your own. 3. Cameras use lenses and light to capture images. What angles are formed by the object in this image? Well, if you can see, 1 and 2, they share this vertex right here. They look like they're across the street to me, so we're going to say those are vertical angles. If angle 2 is 15, angle 1 has to be 15. So I'm going to put the measurement of angle 1 equals 15 degrees. Make sure you have this little m there. Make sure you have the degree symbol. And remember, guys, that's because all vertical angles are congruent. Alright, so number 4 is going to be algebra. It says the measure of two complementary. So as soon as I say complementary, I know it's going to be equal 90. Are 7x plus 17 and 3x minus 20. So number 4, I'm going to have 7x plus 17 plus 3x minus 20 equals 90. I combine my like terms, so I get 7x plus 3x is to be 10x. I combine my like terms of numbers, I get minus 3 equals 90. I add 3 to both sides, I get 10x equals 93. Now I divide by 10, I get x equals 9.3. Now your answer for that one is not 9.3 because they want to know that you measure the angles. So you're going to plug 9.3 in for x, and you're going to get 82.1. So the measurement of, let's say, angle 1 equals 82.1, and the measurement of angle 2. So yeah, I use the little m, I use the angle symbol 2, equals 7.9. And I don't forget my degree symbol. That's it for 4. Alright, number 5 says lines x and y intersect to form adjacent angles 2 and 3. So measurement angle 2 is 3a minus 27. The measurement angle 3 is 2b plus 14. Find the values a, b, so x is perpendicular to y. So as soon as I see that word perpendicular, I know it's going to look something like this, where all those are 90 degrees. So I'm going to call this guy angle 2. I'm going to call this guy angle 3. Angle 2 is going to be 3a minus 27. Angle 3 is going to be 2b plus 14. So because of the word perpendicular, I know 3a minus 27 equals 90. So 3a equals 117. And then 3a is going to be equal to, so I divide by 3 on both sides, I get a equals 39. Alright, and now you plug your 39 in there, so you get 3 times 39 is 117, minus 27 is 90, so I just checked my work, so a is 39. Now I'm going to say 2b plus 14 equals 90. I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides this time. Doing this backwards, I get 2b equals 76. Now I divide by 2, I get b equals 38. That's it for b. Alright, determine whether each statement can be assumed from the figure. Angle CAD, so angle CAD right here, and DAB are complementary. No, because angle CAB isn't 90 degrees for sure. Alright, even though it looks like it, and you know what, to be honest, it probably is 90 degrees. You can't say it because we don't have enough information. 7, angle EDB, so EDB right here, and angle BDA are adjacent, which is true, but they are neither complementary nor supplementary. So I'm going to say, yes, I can assume that, because by definition, they are adjacent, and angle ADE, which is what those two angles combine to be, is less than 90 degrees. That means there's no way they could be complementary or supplementary. So, perfect. Alright, two adjacent angles, two angles that are next to each other. I'm going to say angle FDG and angle GDE. There's a bunch more, but that's just one. Two acute vertical angles. So right here and right here. So I'm going to say angle BFC and angle DFE. Two obtuse vertical angles. Let's make that a little bit better. Obtuse vertical angles. So they have to be there's an obtuse and there's an obtuse. So I'm going to have BFD and angle CFD. Two complementary adjacent. Well, this is the only one that I know that is two angles that are 90 degrees. So I'm going to say angle FDG and GDE. So that answer is going to also go down to 11. Two complementary non-adjacent. Well, angle BCF is 60 degrees, and angle BAD is 90 degrees, or 30 degrees together. That's 90. Two supplementary adjacent angles. So that's any linear pair. So I'm going to say angle CFB and angle BFD, because they are next to each other, and they're a linear pair, which means they are supplementary. A linear pair whose vertex is F, well, look, I'm going to use the same one I just did. An angle complementary to FDG. FDG is going to be GDE. An angle supplementary to CBF. CBF. So that angle right there, the supplementary angle is going to be FBA. So angle FBA. An angle supplementary to JAE. JAE is right here. So angle BAD is going to be supplementary. Right? 18, you're using compass so if I'm standing right here, it's 23 degrees to the east. I could also stand right here, and then it would be 67 degrees to the north. So I could say 67 degrees north of east. And that's it for 18. Alright, so for all these you got to have work. So make sure you have work on these, or you're not going to get any credit. So if you don't show me your work, you're not going to get credit. So 19. I have vertical angle, so I get to say 2x minus 10 equals 120. I add 10 to both sides, I get 2x equals 130. I divide by 2, I get x equals 65. 20. Since they are not vertical, they are not congruent, they are a linear pair, so I get to say 2x plus 4x plus 108 equals 180. I add the x's together, I get 6x plus 108 equals 180. I subtract 180 from both sides, so I get 6x equals 72. I divide 6 on both sides, I get x equals 12. Alright. I plug the 12 back in so I can give some measures. So if I plug the 12 back in, I get that's 24 degrees. I get that's 4 times 12 is 48, plus 108 is 150. 156. And that makes sense. That's just me checking my work. 21, I'm going to start with the vertical angles. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say 2x plus 25 equals 3x minus 10. Because remember, vertical angles are congruent. I put my x's together, so I'm going to minus 2x from both sides. I'm going to get 25 equals x minus 10. I add 10 to both sides. I get x equals 35. I plug that 35 in right here. I get this to turn into 95 degrees, because 2 times 35 is 70 plus 25. So now I say y plus 95 degrees equals 180. I subtract 95 from both sides. I get y equals 85 degrees. So I know that's 85 degrees, and that's it. 22. I'm going to use vertical angles. So I'm going to say these two angles are congruent. So that's what I'm going to do first. So I'm going to have 8y minus 102 equals 2y plus 6. I subtract the 2y from both sides, so I get 6y minus 102 equals 6. And I add 102 to both sides, so I get 6y equals 108. I divide by 6 on both sides. Get y equals 18. So now I have to plug that y in right there. So I'm going to say 2 times 18 is 36 plus 6. So I know that's 42 degrees. So now I have to say 3x plus 42 degrees equals 180. I subtract 42 from both sides. So I get 3x equals 138. I divide by 3 on both sides. X equals 42. And I'm dumb, I didn't mean to say 42, I meant to say 46. So x equals 46, which makes this 138 degrees. That's it for 22. Alright, 23. You have to focus on the same variable. So I'm going to look at these x's first, and they're a linear pair. So the first thing I'm going to say is 7x minus 248 plus x plus 44 equals 180 degrees. I put the x's together to get 8x. I put the numbers together to get minus 204. Now I add 204 to both sides, so I get 8x equals 384. And I divide by 4 on both sides, I get x equals 48. And I did not mean to put that. And I'm right, I was right. That's x equals 48. Now to put that 48 in, I'm going to put it in right there. So I'm going to get 48 plus 44 to get 92. So that is now 92 degrees. I'm going to use my vertical angles here and we'll say 2y plus 50 equals 92 degrees. I subtract 50 from both sides, I get 2y equals 42. I divide by 2, I get y equals 21. So that if I plug 21 in there, I find out that this is going to be 92 and this is going to be 88 degrees. So close to 90, but not. So they're not perpendicular. Alright, 24. I'm going to start with these vertical angles. So I'm going to start by saying 5x plus 4 equals... Now remember, vertical angles only count 2 lines. So I'm kind of ignoring that line right there. It's just there to throw you off, so don't freak out about it. But I do get to say that 5x plus 4 is equal to 114. So the first thing I'm going to say is 5x plus 4 equals 114. That's because they're vertical angles. I subtract 4 from both sides, I get 5x equals 110. So x equals 22. Now I'm going to plug 22 in right here, because then I can put all 3 of these things together for a linear pair. So 3 times 22 is 66. 66 minus 24 is 42. So I know that's 42. I know that's 114, so I'm going to have 2y plus 114 plus 42 equals 180 degrees. I'm going to find, I get 2y equals 156, or 2y plus 156 equals 180. I subtract 156 from both sides. I get 2y equals 24, so y equals 12, which makes that little angle right there 24 degrees. And that's it for 24. All right, 24, angle E and angle F are supplementary. So I know angle E plus angle F has to equal 180 degrees. The measure of angle E is 54 more than the measure of angle F. So I don't know what angle F is. So I'm going to call angle F, I'm going to say angle F is X. Angle E is X plus 54. And that word supplementary means together they're going to be 180. So I have this angle, we'll call it E. I know it's X plus 54. I have this other angle, F, and I don't know what it is, that's why I call it X. So the reason X is angle F is because they didn't give me any information about angle F. I do know they're supplementary, so I say X plus 54 equals 180. Put your X's together, I get 2X plus 54 equals 180. I subtract 54 from both sides. 2X equals 126. X equals 52 degrees. So that means angle E, and don't forget your little m, is going to be 52 plus 54. That's going to be, angle is going to be, and that's not right. 126 divided by 2 is not 52. I don't know where I went crazy yet. But that's 63. 63 plus 54 is 117. So the measure of angle E is 117. And then the measurement of angle F is going to be 63. And don't forget your degree symbol. That makes sense. Alrighty, and that's it for 25. The measure of angle supplement is 76 less than the measure of the angle. So I have the angle, call it X. Now the supplement is going to be 76 less, so X minus 76 is the other angle. Now together, because of the word supplement, I know they're 180, so I say X plus X minus 76 equals 180. I put the X's together, I get 2X minus 76 equals 180. I add 76 to both sides, I get 2X equals 256. I divide by 2 on both sides, I get X equals 128. So the first angle is 128 degrees. We'll call that measure of angle, we'll use E and F again. So angle F, angle E, so we'll say the measurement of angle E is 128 degrees. And then the measurement of angle F is going to be 128 minus 76, which is going to be 52. Alright, and that's it for 26. Alright, 27 is going to be an accuracy problem, because I gave it to you as a fire starter, so if you didn't pay attention in class, shame on you. Angle 3 and angle 4 form a linear pair. The measure of angle 3, so I know angle 3 and angle 4, they form a linear pair. So I'm actually going to rewrite it to make it look like a linear pair. So we'll say that's angle 3, that's angle 4. Angle 3 is 4 more than 3 times the measure of angle 4. So I don't know anything about angle 4, so I call angle 4x. 4 more than 3 times, so I'm going to have 3x plus 4. Now, I put those together, I get 3x plus 4 plus x equals 180 degrees. I put my x's together, I get 4x plus 4 equals 180. I subtract 4 from both sides, I get 4x equals 176. I divide by 4, I get x equals 44. So angle 4 is 44 degrees. So angle 4 equals 44 degrees. And don't forget your little measurement. And the measurement of angle 3 is going to be 3 times 44, or 132, plus 4 is 136. So I get 136. 36 degrees. All right, and that's it for 28. All right, so angle K and L and L and M. So K and L is right here, and L and M is right there. Together, they want to find K and M as a right angle. So that means that's equal 90. So I know that I'm going to do 6x minus 4 plus 4x plus 24 equals 90. I get 10x plus 20 equals 90. I subtract 20 from both sides. I get 10x equals 70. X equals 7. All right. Now I'm going to find the measure of the angles. 6 times 7 is 42. Minus 4, that's going to be 38 degrees. And then 4 times 4 is 16. Plus 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 24 is 52 degrees. All right. So that's it. 30. If JNP is 3x minus 15, so JNP right here, that's 3x minus 15. And JNL right here, JNL, that's going to be 5x plus 59. Find the value of x so that they're supplements. That means that they're a linear pair. That means 3x minus 15 plus 5x plus 59 equals 180. So remember, we're on 30 here. I put my x's together, get 8x plus 44 equals 180. I subtract 40 from both sides. I get 8x equals 126. 136, all right. And then divide by 8, I get x equals 17. All right. If I plug in 17 here, I get 3 times 17, which is 51 minus 15, so that's 36 degrees. And then 5 times 17 is 85, plus 59 is 144 degrees. So it's perfect. (31). I have L and M right here is going to be 8x plus 12. And JNL is going to be 12x minus 32. Find JNP. Well, JNP and JNL are vertical angles. So if I can find x, then I can just say JNP is whatever that's congruent to. I know those are linear pairs, so I'm going to say 8x plus 12 plus 12x minus 32 equals 180. I have 20x minus 20 equals 180. I add 20 to both sides, I get 20x equals 200. X equals 10. So I plug in 10 right there, I get 3 times 10, or I get 8 times 10 is 80. Plus 12. So I plug in 10, I get 8 times 10 is 80, plus 12 is 92. So if that's 92 degrees, that means the measure of JNP has to be 92 degrees. Because if I plug this in 92 degrees, these are vertical angles. So vertical angles are congruent, that's why they're both 92. And that's it for 31. 32, I have JNP, so JNP right here is 2x plus 3. I have K and L is 3x minus 17. And I have K and J is 3x plus 34. So together, they make a line. So I'm going to put all of them together. So I'm going to say 2x plus 3 plus 3x plus 34 plus 3x minus 17 equals 180. The x's go together. I get 8x. And the 1's go together. So I get 37 minus 17 plus 20 equals 180. I subtract 20 from both sides. I get 8x equals 160. So x equals 20. Now it wants to know the measure of each angle, so I got to put 20 in. So 2 times 20 is 40 plus 3. So I know the measure of angle JNP is 43 degrees. 3 times 20 is 60 minus 17. So that's going to be 43 degrees. And then 3 times 20 is 60, plus 34 is 94 degrees. And that's it for 32. Alright, so this problem is actually not as hard as it looks. It just talks a bunch of, all those words confuse everybody. What you really need to know is that this angle right here is 106 degrees. If this angle and this angle are congruent, that means this one has to be 53 degrees and this one has to be 53 degrees. This says it's a right angle, so that means 53 plus x is going to be 90 degrees. So to find RMJ, to subtract, I get x equals 47. So the measurement of angle RMJ equals 47 degrees. And that's it. Pretty simple. Alright, 34 is a little bit tougher because you guys have to kind of draw the picture. So raise AB, so make a, there's B, A, and BC are perpendicular. Point D lies in between. So I want angle ABD is going to be 3R plus 5. And DBR, or DBC is 5R minus 27. Find the angles. Well, I know they're complementary. So I'm going to say this plus this is going to give me 8R minus 22 equals 90. I subtract 22 from both sides, or I add 22 to both sides, I get 8R equals 112. And I divide by 8, I get R equals 14. Now that's not your answer, so you got to plug it in. 3 times 14 is 42 plus 5, so that's 47 degrees. 5 times 14, 70 minus 27 is 43 degrees. That's it. Alright, so we have two lines that are perpendicular. Alright, so we got point V in the middle, there's W, there's X, there's Y, and there's Z. They got WVY. WVY is 4A plus 58. So I'm going to say 4A plus 58 equals 90. I'm going to subtract 58 from both sides. I get 4A equals 32. A equals 8. 2B minus 18 has to equal 90. I add 18 to both sides. I get 2B equals 108. I divide by 2. I get B equals 54. That's it. Alright, so 36. 4 and 7. So 4 and 7 vertical angles. Yes. Across the street, 2 lines. 4 and 8 are supplementary. Yes. Linear pair. You have to have a reason why. Do not forget the reason why. 38. P is perpendicular to T. Yes. Right? Because angle 5 is right. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 6. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 6? No. They are complementary, not congruent. Angle 5 is congruent to angle 3 plus angle 6? Yes. They are complementary. Angle 5 and angle 7 form a linear pair? No. They are not on the same line. Well, if angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, if angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, well, that means angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. Since each are vertical angles. Alright, 43 to 47 will be accuracy. So you have 27 and then 43 to 47 accuracy if you haven't finished this assignment yet. And that's it.